What's up, guys? Emmanuel Jones back here with another NFL prediction. And this time we'll be doing our Week 6 predictions. Last week I went 10-4, which I did pretty good. And overall it's 55-24. So yeah, and then we got two teams on a bye. We got the Packers and the Steelers. So which is a rest week for them. So before I give you my Week 6 predictions for this week, don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below to see who you think is going to win Week 6. So obviously, I picked the Chiefs to win 35-16, and they won 19-8. So anyways, we're going to get started with the next couple games. So we got the first game. We got the Baltimore Ravens. This is a London game. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans. Baltimore is favored by 4.5. Obviously, this is a game that can definitely go either way, and both these two teams are similar to each other. Now we know both these two teams are coming off a loss. Tennessee's coming off a loss against the Colts, and Ravens are coming off a loss against the Steelers, both division rival games. Obviously, I think it can go either way because I think these two teams are familiar with each other. And I kind of really feel like that's a team where I think Tennessee pretty much owns a little bit. But they're kind of playing against a different Ravens team, in my opinion. Because, the Ravens got some good receivers. And the Ravens got an awesome defense, though. I just kind of really feel like that this game might be a best bet. But I think it will be closer than expected. But obviously, I'm going to take the Ravens to bounce back and win this game. I don't think the Titans are really good, in my opinion. I think they're a little bit overhyped and a little bit overrated. I think their defense is good. Maybe they can give the Ravens offense some issues, but I think Lamar Jackson is going to make some magic happen. Especially, I just think the defense matches up well with the Ravens. I think Marlon Humphrey and D-Hop will be a good matchup to watch. So, yeah. But I don't think Baltimore will run the ball, but I think they'll have success passing the ball because I don't think the Titans have any good corners that's going to be able to cover Zay Flowers, OBJ, and these guys, which I don't know if OBJ plays in this game. Maybe he does play, maybe he doesn't. So yeah, I think with the Ravens receiving core, being healthy, I think this allows the Ravens offense to put up some points and score a lot of points. But I think this game is going to be a little bit closer, though, because I think Tennessee's going to stay in the game because of how good their defense is. But Tennessee, they would have at least beaten the Colts if Ryan Tannehill didn't throw that interception late in the fourth quarter. Tennessee would have at least won, but they only lost because of that. So, yeah. But I think the reason why the Ravens, have lost to the Steelers last week is because, the Ravens, turned the ball over late in the fourth quarter. That's how they lost that game, which I don't think the Ravens are going to do that again. Like I like how the way their defense is playing, and I like how the way they're doing on offense. Even though they looked terrible last week, I still think the Ravens will put up some points. I'm making a prediction that the Ravens are going to score 20-plus points in this game. I say they will. But at the same time, I'm taking the Ravens to win this game straight up. But I'll take them to cover as well. I'm going to say 24-16, something like that, or 23-17, something like that. So, yeah. I'm taking the Ravens. I really want to take Tennessee to cover, but I'm just taking the Ravens both ways. So, yeah. And also, they have the better quarterback, better coaching staff. And there is a more complete team. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. All right, next game, we have the Washington Commanders versus the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. Obviously, this is another game that can go either way. Now, some people might pick the Commanders to win, though, but I don't really know, though, because both these two teams have quarterbacks that are bridge quarterbacks and that are pretty much unexperienced. But, yeah, you can really say that, Washington Washington was really bad against the Bears last week because their defense really was blowing covers against DJ Moore and company and all that because Justin Fields, he had a good game there, and him and DJ Moore really feast on that Washington secondary. So yeah, and Washington's offense nearly couldn't really move the ball. And I know Sam Howell had a nice day. He threw for like 388 yards, which that was pretty solid though. He kind of had a good game though, but they really didn't do enough to keep up with the Bears because the Bears offense, was moving the football. Like Washington's defense couldn't really stop the pass and all that. So that's pretty much why. And also the Falcons, they've been really good at home lately, and especially, they've been showing a lot of fight. But I kind of really like what Atlanta's doing. I think the Falcons defense. I think Atlanta's defense is pretty much underrated, where they can stop the run, they can stop the pass really well. Like they nearly couldn't do that though, which they almost lost to the Texans. But I like how Atlanta's defense is really playing. And Desmond Ritter had a nice game though. He outplayed CJ Stroud. So yeah, I just like how the way Atlanta's offense is playing. Their pass offense is playing really good, especially their running game is starting to get solid. So yeah, I think this game right here is gonna be close, and I think it will be competitive. But I'm gonna just roll with the home team with Atlanta to win this game because I think Atlanta right now is playing better football. I like their defense in this game. I think their corners are gonna match up well, especially against Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. I think their pass rush is gonna get some pressure on Sam Howell and all that. Especially, I think they will a good job stopping the run. And I think, offensively, I think Desmond Ritter is going to throw the ball through the air, especially against a Washington secondary that's unproven. So, yeah. So I think Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and they're going to have a nice day, especially Bijan Robinson, especially against that Washington defensive line, which Washington's defense does a good job stopping the run, but they just can't defend the pass. So, yeah, especially Atlanta. So, yeah, I take the Falcons to win this game. But I'm taking these points with Washington. I think Washington's going to keep this game close and competitive, though. I think they're going to stay in this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think Atlanta's going to blow them out unless Sam Howell, is playing really bad. And then the defense looks bad. So, yeah. So, I'm going to say Washington wins. I'm going to say Atlanta wins like 20. I'm going to say maybe 24-23 or like 23. Like, I don't think Atlanta's going to score like 30 points in this game. I'm probably going to say like 23-17, something like that. So, yeah. So, I'm probably going to take Washington with the points, but I'm going to take Atlanta to win this game since they're underrated at home. All right, next game we have the Minnesota Vikings versus Chicago Bears. Minnesota's favored by 3. Obviously, this game right here could definitely go either way. Now, most people are kind of picking Minnesota to win because they think Minnesota's a better team. But overall, the Vikings, they have not looked at pretty decent. As of lately, they have not looked at pretty decent. I mean, the offense is not looking as good. I mean, the defense, it's starting to get better, but not at the level it should be, though. But on the other side, the Bears, are coming off a win against the Commanders. I mean, Justin Fields and the Bears offense had a nice day against Washington. Justin Fields and DJ Moore really feast on that Washington secondary. I like how the Bears offense is playing, especially their passing offense. They're starting to get explosive on offense. They're moving the football. I like what the Bears are doing on offense. But he's playing against Brian Flores, who likes to blitz, though. Like, I think Brian Flores is gonna do a little bit of blitzing though. I think he's gonna do that though in this game to confuse Fields. But if that's the case, I don't know because Minnesota's good at stopping the run and all that, but I don't think they're good defending the pass. And the Bears are like not good against. I mean, the Bears defense, it's been playing really well. So yeah, you just give them credit for that and all that. So yeah, but the Vikings, no Justin Jefferson. I mean, the offense could definitely look a bit different though without him because they still got some weapons on offense like Alexander Madison, KJ Osborne, TJ Hawkinson, and Jordan Addison. So the Vikings offense kind of looks pretty different though without Justin Jefferson. So basically, you know, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the Bears to win this game. And the reason why I'm taking the Bears to win this game is because the Bears offensively are playing really good. They're playing really good on defense. Especially they're doing a good job stopping the run. Their pass defense, I mean, you could say is okay, but they're not really giving up big plays. And I like to say, the Bears on defense, I feel like the Bears on offense are gonna move the football in this game. I feel like that, the Vikings don't really have the corners, to cover DJ Moore. So I think DJ Moore is gonna have a nice game. I feel like, Justin Fields, has the makings, of going off against a really bad defense like the Vikings. I think he has the makings of doing that. Like he can extend plays, he can scramble, escape pressure and all that. So yeah. So obviously I got the Bears to win this game straight up. So I think they're gonna keep it close, but I'm gonna say the Bears, win like maybe like 24-23, something like that, or 24-21. So yeah, I'll take the Bears to win straight up, and I'll take them plus the points. All right, next game we have the Seattle Seahawks versus Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati's favored by -3. Obviously, this is another game that can go either way. Now somebody could be definitely picking Seattle to win because they're heading in the right direction, and we know Cincinnati could be heading in the right direction because Seattle's coming off a bye, Cincinnati's coming off a big win against the Cardinals. So yeah, obviously, I think from my projection, I think the Bengals win this game. And the reason why I think the Bengals win this game is because the Bengals are at home. They have a better quarterback, and I just think they're the more complete team. Now, I just don't really trust Seattle on the road. I mean, their defense doesn't. I mean, it's okay, but not great. But they're really not great at defending the pass. But yeah, you can get it that they played good against the Giants. Which they let up 11 sacks. But their pass defense has not been looking pretty decent though. But you know what? They not. I feel like Cincinnati is going to move the football. They're going to throw the ball really well in this game because I feel like Jamar Chase can have another big game like he said he's always open, which I think that's the case though. And even if T Higgins does not play, they're still going to move the football. But I think T Higgins will play in this game for sure because even without T Higgins, Cincinnati was able to move the football and their passing game was really really good. And their defense is starting to play a lot better now. I like how the way their defense is playing. I think Cincinnati's secondary will be a challenge for the Seahawks receiving corps because they have the corners, to match up with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jigaba. And then, they have the defensive line, the pass rush to get after Geno. And I think they do enough here to at least like stop the run. So yeah. So I think Joe Burrow's gonna have another nice game but I feel like this is another must win for Cincinnati to win. Because if they don't win this game, then you can mark them out as they're done. That's what I like to say. So the Bengals gotta at least win this game here if they want to get back to 500. Because some people are saying that the Bengals are not back, but they could be back though. But I don't know. But I think if they win, I think they could be back. So yeah, because when you look at their schedule, some of the games they got to play is kind of pretty tough. 'Cause they got to play the Niners and the Bills because they're on a bye next week. So yeah, so I think Cincinnati wins, but give me those points with Seattle. I think Seattle will do enough to keep it close in this game. So yeah, so I'm gonna say like 23-24 or something like that, a 1 point game, or maybe like 24-30, 30-24, something like that, or like a 6 point game or something like that. So yeah, so I got the Bengals, I got the Seahawks to plus a 3, but give me the Bengals to win this game straight up. Our next game, we have San Francisco 49ers versus the Cleveland Browns. San Fran's favored by 9.5. Obviously, no Deshaun Watson playing this game. So yeah, so the Browns may look to start a different quarterback, which they could look to start either PJ Walker or a third string quarterback and Dorian Thompson Robinson. But yeah, the Browns, could be heading in the right direction, but I don't really know because they play like garbage against the Ravens though. So yeah, I think I think they keep this game close and competitive. I mean, as long as the Browns, don't get blown out, I think they could keep it close and competitive. But I'm taking the Niners to win this game because the Niners, are just a more complete team, more stable to quarterback position, better coaching staff. I mean, that's pretty much why I think San Francisco wins. I mean, yeah. But I think they can keep this game close. I mean, as long as the Browns defense can step up. But I don't really know this Browns defense going to be able to step up against a Kyle Shanahan offense. So, yeah. So, by the way, I don't know if the Browns going to be able to put up points in this game. But I'm going to say, so, yeah, that's going to be the difference in all that. So, I think the Niners offense are going to move the football in this game. Their old line is going to slow down the Browns' pass rush. I don't think the Browns' offensive line is going to do enough to block because I think Nick Bosa and those guys, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, those guys are going to be coming and all that. And so is Fred Warren. Those guys are a problem, especially the secondary is pretty decent. I think they'll find a way to find their matchups against the Browns receiving core. So yeah. So I think San Francisco wins straight up and they cover. So yeah, I don't know if the Browns gonna be able to keep up. So by the way, I'm gonna say like 27-16, something like that. 34-16, something like that. So yeah. So I got the Niners both ways. I got the Niners to win and cover. All right, next game we got the okay, we got the We have the Carolina Panthers versus the Miami Dolphins. Miami's favored by 14. Um, that's a big that's a big spread right there. I mean, 14 is a lot of points. I gotta change this mark to 14 and a half. So yeah, like 14 and a half. Which, you know what? Obviously, I got the Dolphins win this game easily because I understand two Bama boys playing against each other, but I got the Dolphins win easily because the Dolphins are looking, to be the best team in the league. Like in the AFC, they're looking to be the best team in the league, while the Panthers, are literally the worst team in the league. Like, yeah, I understand Bryce Young kind of had a nice game, but the Panthers didn't really do enough to keep up with the Lions and all that. I mean, the Panthers' offense, their offensive line stinks. Their offense stinks. The defense totally stinks. I mean, yeah, Miami, they're going to move the ball against them, especially, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are going to go off in this game. Tua's going to make some big plays down the field against that young Panthers secondary. So, yeah, I feel like those guys are going to be tough to cover and all that. I think the offense will move the ball, and especially the defense. I mean, the defense is playing outstanding. I think Vic Fangio's going to find a way to confuse Bryce Young because, they have the secondary to cover Adam Thielen. They kind of have the pass rush to get after Bryce Young. So, yeah, but this is, again, a rookie on the road playing against a good defense like the Dolphins. So, yeah, especially it's in Miami, though, where it's a tough place to play at, though. So, yeah, so by the way, I think Miami is going to score like 30 plus points again, like they did last week. So, yeah, so I think the Dolphins, win like, I'm going to say like 34 to like 16, something like that. Or maybe like 37 to like 13, something like that. So, yeah, Miami, they're just going to win by a lot. So, yeah, I take them to win, but do I want to take Carolina to cover? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Carolina's going to do enough to cover. I'm just going to take the Dolphins both ways. I'm taking them to win and cover that big spread. All right, next game we have Detroit Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Detroit's favored by -3. Obviously, now this is interesting though. It's probably going to be the best game of the week. This is a game that can definitely go either way because the Bucs seem like they're pretty much underrated. I mean, I like how the way, they're playing so far. I mean, the defense, it's been playing really good so far. I mean, they're not really giving up big plays. The offense, is really not giving up big plays. I mean, the offense is playing really good. Baker Mayfield is playing with the chip on his shoulder right now. I mean, their coaching is starting to get really good, and Todd Bowles is starting to get prepared every week for this games. While the Lions, are doing like the same thing. They're getting repaired every week. Their offense is playing really good. The defense is playing outstanding. I mean, I just like how the way they're doing so far. So by the way, I would not be surprised if Tampa Bay pulls off this win here because now I can easily see Tampa win this game because Tampa Bay has a really good defense and their defense is very strong though. I think they can do I think there's a chance that they can do enough to at least like get some pressure on Jared Goff and get the Lions offense some problems because they have a really good pass rush and their secondary is really good, which I think they'll find a way. Maybe they will cover the Lions receivers. I don't know. But I think the Lions defense, it's hard to say which defense is better. But in my opinion, I will say the Lions defense is better because they're not really giving up any big plays. Because the secondary is playing good and the run defense is playing outstanding. But I don't even know who's going to get more stops in this game because, in my opinion, I think the Lions defense is going to get more stops because how how sound they're playing on defense, especially the secondary. They're starting to not give up big plays. I don't really know because the corner position is kind of weak though. Like I don't know if they have any corners that's going to be able to cover Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. So yeah. So if I look at the Lions defense, I don't know if they're going to have any good corners, but Emmanuel Mosley, is out for the year, so they need to find somebody else at corner because we know CJ Gardner Johnson's out. Brian Branch is out again. So, by the way, it kind of makes their secondary a little bit shaky. I mean, with the injuries that the Lions kind of have in their secondary, kind of makes the Lions secondary a little bit shaky. So I don't know if I'm confident about that. So if that's the case, I might take Tampa to win this game. I don't know, which I understand that the game's in Tampa and Tampa's going to Florida and Lions are traveling to Florida. But obviously, I think this should be a good game to watch. I think it will be close, but at the end of the day, I'm taking Detroit to win this game. I think Detroit is just a more complete team and have a better quarterback in it. And they're just a more complete team and all that. So, yeah. I think their defense has more stops in this game. I think Jared Goff is going to do a good job, like making some plays down the field because we know Todd Bowles is good at blitzing young quarterbacks. So I think he'll try to at least make some plays. Like I'm saying, like I think the only way the Lions are going to win, I feel the Lions need to win this game. The only way I think Detroit wins this game is that the Lions, they got to get the ball out really quick. The only way they're going to get the ball out really quick is their offense, can move the football and make some plays. And then the defense steps up, can make some plays and, can stop the run. Because I don't think the Bucs have a running game, so I think the defense can get some pressure and all that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Lions to win, but I'm going to take the Bucs with the points. I think the Bucs keep this one close, and I think they stay competitive in this game. So, I'm probably going to say the Lions win like I'm probably going to say like 27-24 something like that or like 24-20 something like that. More so yeah. So give me the Bucs with the points, but give me the Lions to win the game. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville's favored by -4. Obviously, I've seen some people picking Indianapolis to win because of the Gardner Minshew revenge game. But there's no way I'm going to pick the Colts to go on the road and get revenge on Jacksonville. I mean, I've got Jacksonville. Like, Jacksonville pretty much owned the Colts at home. Like, they do. Like, Jacksonville has beaten the Colts at home, like, several times. Like, I don't even remember the last time they beat them. I understand last year they both split with each other. But at the end of the day, I think Jacksonville's going to win because Jacksonville's at home. And they have the better quarterback, better coaching staff, and especially their defense is playing really good. I mean, last week the Jags did really impress me. I like what the defense have done. I like how the way the offense is playing. But the Colts, I understand that they beat the Titans last week because they're moving the ball really good on offense. Shane Steichen's been having good game plans, and their offense, they're starting to get it to work now. And the defense, is playing really good. I mean, we get it. I think they keep this game really close because I think Indianapolis is starting to is starting to stay competitive in this game. I mean, so yeah. So by the way, I'm gonna take the Jaguars to win, but give me those points with the Colts because I think the Colts are gonna do enough to keep it close. I'm gonna say like 23 to like 20, something like that. I'm gonna say like 23 to 20, something like that. So, so yeah, I think Jacksonville is gonna win by a field goal. I think they will, or maybe I think they win at least by with Jacksonville defense getting a stop at the end. So yeah. So by the way, I'm gonna take the Colts with the points, but I'll take Jacksonville to win this game to at least like get that first place in the AFC South. All right, next game we have the New Orleans Saints versus the Houston Texans. Saints are favored by 1.5. They're kind of favored by a touchdown or a field goal, something like that. Obviously, this is a game that can definitely go either way. Obviously, some people are picking the Texans to win to get back on track because CJ Stroud's been playing really good. Because I feel like CJ Stroud's been better than Derek Carr, which I get it. He's better than Derek Carr this season, though. Which I get it, though. But at the same time, this is a young Texans team playing against a Saints defense, which is pretty good. So, obviously, that kind of gives me in mind that I'm picking the Saints to win this game. And the reason why I'm picking the Saints to win this game is because, the Saints, with a rookie is playing against Dennis Allen, who's a good defensive coach, which he often confuses young quarterbacks. I mean, he's playing against a good defense like the Saints. I think the Saints defense is going to confuse him in this game. I think their pass rush can do enough to get some pressure, like get CJ Stroud uncomfortable in the pocket. And their secondary is pretty decent. I think they're going to do a good job, like stopping the pass, not giving up big plays. And I just think the Texans receiving core is a little bit too young and all that. I mean, their offense, their receivers, like Nico Collins, Tank Dell, those guys are starting to step up, but I just don't really think the Texans offense is going to be able to move the football in this game. I think the Saints defense will step up. I think Derek Carr is probably going to have a nice game. I think Carr is going to go for two. I'm making a prediction that Carr is going to go for 200 plus yards or maybe 250 plus yards. I'm making a bold prediction that he will do that, and I think CJ Stroud is going to do that in this game. So, yeah. So, I think it's probably going to be a little bit of an offensive game. So, yeah. So yeah, I understand that Houston, they've been playing really well. I mean, defensively, they're starting to get step up, and offensively, they're starting to step up. I mean, the Saints, last week, when they played against the Patriots, I mean, their defense really stepped up, and the offense was able to move the football. So, yeah, I think the Saints are going to do in this game. So, I'm going to take the Saints to, and especially I think the Saints are a more complete team. So, I'm going to take the Saints to win this game, but I'm going to take the 1.5 with Houston. I think Houston's going to stay in the game to keep it close, and I think they're going to keep it competitive in this game. So I'm going to say the Saints win like 27-24, like 31 to like 27, something like that. I think the Saints are going to probably put up 30 in this game because I don't think the Texans secondary is going to have any answers for Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, or Rashid Shaheed. I mean, those guys are going to have a good game here. Those weapons on offense for the Saints will be too much for the Texans secondary to handle. And I don't think Houston's defense is good against the run. So I feel like Alvin Kamara is probably going to run all over that Texans defense. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Texans with the points, but I'm going to take the Saints to win this game straight up. All right, next game, we have the New England Patriots versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are favored by -3. Now, I call this a trap game for some reason because because one person might pick the Patriots to win, to get back on track because they don't think New England's probably gonna win. They're gonna lose 3 straight. But I'm taking the Raiders. I mean, I understand. I really want New England to win this game to get their revenge from last year, where the Patriots offense blew that game due to a defensive touchdown, which I don't think it was gonna happen again. But I can see it happening again. But I'm gonna take the Raiders. I mean, the game's in Las Vegas. I'm taking the Raiders to win this game. I mean, the game's in Las Vegas. They're at home. I feel like they're just a better team for right now, and they have a better quarterback. Look, I think Jimmy G's better than Mac Jones. Now, status is saying that Mac Jones is still going to be the starter despite him being benched twice this year. That's what I heard. But I mean, I cannot trust the Patriots. Like, I can't. Like, this team sucks. I mean, offensively, they're not moving the football. They can't run the ball. They can't throw the ball. They cannot protect. The defense is a little bit up and down, but the defense is literally just carrying the team. Especially the defense is, I don't think it's been playing really great. So, yeah. I like how the way the Raiders are doing this year, especially on defense. Max Crosby's a terror. I mean, that pass rush defense is starting to get after the quarterbacks. And then their secondary, is playing really good. They're not giving up big plays. I like how the way the Raiders defense is playing so far. So I think the Raiders, are going to do enough on defense to at least contain Mac Jones. With the Saints, and the Cowboys and the Dolphins and the Eagles and the Jets did and all that. And I think the offense is going to move the football. I think their offensive line is going to do a good job, slowing down the Patriots pass rush. But, now the Raiders offense, is really bad though. But I think it's going to play better this game, score some points. Because I feel like Devontae Adams could be the difference maker in this game. Because we know he had a quiet game against the Packers. Jacoby Myers kind of had a solid game. So I expect the Raiders offense to step up in this game. And I expect Jimmy G to at least make some good throws in this game. So, yeah. But here's the thing. Bill Belichick, kind of knows Josh McDaniels. Because, Josh McDaniels has done a good job with his Belichick scheme. I think he does it again. So I got the Raiders to win this game, and I got the Raiders to cover. So yeah, I think they're going to keep this game close and low-scoring game. I think the Patriots defense is going to play better this game. I think they're going to do a good job confusing Jimmy G. Because they have the pass rush to slow down the run and, get out there Garoppolo, and then they have the secondary, to at least match up with the Raiders receivers. Well, we know no Christian Gonzalez, so who's going to be able to step up for the cornerbacks, for their secondary? Who knows? So I think the Patriots win. I think they keep it close here, but I could definitely see the Patriots cover this game. But there's no way I'm taking the Patriots to cover. I mean, the Patriots, they've been bad against the spread. So lately, I don't even know. They've been bad against the spread. So I don't even know what their record is against the spread. I don't know. I'll have to see. So I'm probably just going to take the Raiders to win and cover straight up. I'm going to say they keep it close. So I'm probably going to say 27, because I don't know. I don't think the Patriots are going to score 20 points in this game. I don't think they can. Because I'm going to say the Raiders win 20 to 13, something like that. 2016, something like that. So, yeah. I'm going to take the Patriots. I'm going to take the Raiders both ways. I got the Raiders to win and cover. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the LA Rams. Rams are favored by -7. Obviously, this game right here can go either way a little bit, but obviously, few people are like picking Arizona to win. But I don't think it's gonna happen though. I got the Rams though to win this game because the Rams are at home. They have a better quarterback, better coaching staff. Especially, I just think they're a more complete team. But the news is that that I might change my pick later but I don't know because I heard the news that Sean McVay might not coach this week because of the birth of his son. So that can be challenging though. I don't know if the Rams are going to be able to win without a coach, though. But even if Sean McVay's not there, I feel like someone's going to coach for them, and I think the Rams can definitely win without their head coach. Because I don't even remember seeing NFL teams won without a coach. Because I know the Browns won without a coach before. So yeah, I think the Rams do get back on track this week. I think their offense is going to score some points. I think Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, those guys are going to be the difference maker in this game. I think those guys go off in this game. I feel like Matthew Stafford is going to make some magic happen. And I think the defense, I don't think it's really good, but I think the defense is going to do enough to at least like get some pressure and stop the run. But I think they're going to keep this game close though. But I got the Rams to win. But 7's kind of a big number though, but I'm probably going to take the Cardinals with the points. I think Arizona's going to do enough to keep it close. So, yeah. So, I'm probably going to say like 23-16, something like that. I don't think the Rams are going to score like 30 in this game. So, yeah. I think the Rams are going to score like 23-16 or maybe like 28-16. But even if the Rams cover, I would not be shocked. So, yeah. So I got the Rams to win. I'm gonna take the Cardinals with the points, but I'll take the Rams to win the game. Next game we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Jets. Philadelphia is favored by 6.5. Obviously, the game right here can almost go either way, but obviously, you know, one person picked the Jets to win this game, but I don't think it's gonna happen though. Even despite them winning last week. But here's the thing. I think I got the Eagles win this game though because the Eagles, they're just a more complete team. They have the better quarterback, better coaching for sure. And I don't know if I can trust Zach Wilson against this Eagles defense. So yeah, I understand that Slay is ruled out for the game. So I think the Eagles pass defense needs to step up. Like I think Bradbury's gonna have to do a good job. Like they need to find their matchups though. Like some of their backup corners need to find their matchup against Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard. And Carter's not gonna play in this game, so I think the Eagles defense line does a good job stopping the run because I feel like they're gonna find a way to at least like slow down Breece Hall because if they don't slow him down, he's gonna run off because Breece Hall has been looking really good coming off an injury, like he has been. Like the Eagles defense is gonna have to put up a challenge though, and I think the Eagles offensive line is gonna do a good job, like slowing down the Jets pass rush because Jets defense is pretty good. And we know they played really well last week against the Broncos, and the offense did. But I just don't think the Jets are going to be able to do enough to put up points here. And especially, the secondary is dealing with some injury because we know Sauce Gardner is ruled out with the injury, and DJ Reed is ruled out with injury. So the Jets are going to be without their top two corners this week. So I just kind of feel like that the injured secondary is going to be no match for A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. and Dallas Goedert. Those guys are gonna go off. Jalen Hurts is gonna go off in this game. I'm making a bold prediction that Jalen Hurts is gonna throw for 250 plus yards. I'm gonna say he's gonna throw for 300 plus yards against this Jets secondary. Because I don't think the Jets secondary will find their matchup though against those guys. So yeah, I think the Eagles win, but I could take the 6.5, but I'm probably gonna take the Jets to cover to keep it close. Cause I think the Jets, defense is playing really good right now, and their offense is starting to step up. So I don't really know if they're gonna keep it close though. No, I'm just gonna say Eagles win I'm gonna say 31 to 31 to 20, something like that. So yeah. I think they win at least by double digits. I'm gonna say 27 to 17, something like that. I'm gonna say they win by double digits. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the Eagles to win straight up and to cover. All right, next game we have the New York Giants versus the Buffalo Bills. Bills are favored by 15. Wow, this is a big number. This is a big spread though. 15's a lot of points. Let me see. I don't know why the line keeps changing. Okay, so basically the Bills are favored by 14.5 though. Which that's a big spread. But I got the Bills win this game. I think they get back on track this week after coming off a loss against Jacksonville. I mean, the Giants, the Giants suck. I mean, no Daniel Jones playing this game. Tyrod Taylor is going to be playing this game, which is going to be no Tyrod Taylor revenge game because we know he was a Bill, but there's no Tyrod Taylor revenge game because, the Giants, their offensive line is atrocious. Their receiving group is atrocious. They can't really run the ball. The defense looks okay, but not great. I feel like the Bills, are going to move the ball in this game. They're going to pass the ball in this game. I feel like Josh Allen's going to have a nice game. Diggs and Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, those guys will have a nice game. They're going to run the ball in this game. But yeah, I understand the Bills' defense is dealing with some injuries though, because Daquan Jones is out due to a pectoral. He's going to be out for the next few weeks. We know that Matt Milano is going to be out for the year due to a fractured leg, and Tre'Davious White's out for the year due to because we know he's out for the year. So the Bills' defense dealing with some injuries, but I expect the Bills' defense to step up in this game. Like they did. They need to look at the Seahawks, Cowboys, and 49ers game to make sure they do these things so that way they can have a chance to win this game. So, yeah. And also, the Bills are at home. They got the better coaching staff, better quarterback. There's the more complete team. No Dayball revenge game. So, yeah. I got to take the Bills both ways in this game because the Giants have not been good against the spread. So, yeah. So I think the Bills win 34-17, 31-13, a semi-blowout, something like that. Or 38-13, more like a semi-blowout. I'm going to say Buffalo's going to put up at least 30-plus points in this game. So, yeah. I got the Giants. I got the Bills winning this game and the Bills covering. All right, next game, last game, Monday Night Football. We have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Dallas is favored by 2.5. I called this my trap game of the week because I didn't know who to choose in this game because the Chargers are coming off a bye and Dallas is coming off a big loss against the 49ers. Obviously, both these two teams has some good talent though. Both these two teams have a really good talented defense though and a really good talented offense. But you know who makes offenses look good is Brandon Stanley. You know, Brandon Stanley always makes offense look good. Like, he doesn't know when to challenge an offense. I feel like he can definitely can confuse Dak Prescott, but I don't know. But at the same time, I don't know if it's going to be a Kellen Moore revenge game. Because I like the Chargers passing offense was not looking good against the Raiders because, you know, Justin Herbert didn't really play that good. I mean, they ran the ball a lot, but they didn't really do enough passing the ball. And we know last week that Dallas against the Niners looked like trash out there. Like, Dak Prescott was terrible versus the Niners. Their defense definitely got ran over. They gave up, like, a lot of touchdowns. But I don't think they're going to do it in this game against the Chargers. I think Dallas defense will step up in this game. I think they're going to give Justin Herbert some fits. I think the defense, I think their secondary with Gilmore versus Keenan Allen will be a good matchup because I think Gilmore kind of owns Keenan Allen in some point. I think the Cowboys defense is matched up well. The Chargers really good, especially the receiving group. But yeah, we understand that they may not have enough corners to cover all of them when they don't have Diggs, but I think the Cowboys defense will step up. I think their O-line is going to do a good job, controlling the Chargers pass rush. I mean, yeah. But we understand that LA has a good O-line, but we don't really know. I think they can do a good job, like blocking Parsons, but I don't know. But we can definitely see the Chargers defense give the Cowboys offense a tougher time. But man, Brandon Stanley is kind of a joke to me. And I understand the game's in LA, but I'm probably going to go ahead and just take the Cowboys to win this game and on bounce back spot. I think they're the more complete team. And I just think Dallas, can do enough offensively to move the ball. I think CeeDee Lamb will have a nice game. I think Tony Pollard will have a nice game because we know that the Chargers defense is not good against the run. So I feel like Dallas can do enough to run the ball, pass the ball, and all that. And I think Dak Prescott is going to put some good numbers in this game. So, yeah, I think the Chargers keep it. I think they keep this game close and competitive though, because of how good Justin Herbert is. But I'm taking Dallas to win. But give me the points with the Chargers. I think the Chargers I think they keep this game close and competitive though. I think the Chargers, stay in this game. I think Herbert is going to make some big time throws. And I think, the Chargers, I think they keep this a low scoring game. I'm probably going to say at least like 23 to like 19, 23, 26. I'm going to say like a low scoring game. Like, I think it's probably going to be a little bit of a defensive game. I'm going to say like 26, 23, something like that. I don't think none of these teams are going to score like 30 points. I'm probably going to say like 23-20 or like 24-21, something like that, 23-21. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Chargers with the points, but I'm going to take Dallas to win. Well, all right, guys. Those are all my Week 6 picks for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? So just let me know in the comment section below about what you guys think, who you guys think is going to win Week 6. Well, this is Emmanuel Jones from Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later in the next video. Peace.